making sure. Anyways, our next comedian is a man who's very near and dear to my heart. I've known him outside the club for like a week, maybe. He's alright, I guess. And before you ask, ladies, he is single. Keep that in mind. Give it up for Daniel Sessions.
Hey everyone. Yeah, this was a bad idea. I am sorry. Not much I can do now. Actually, come to think of it, we could literally bring up the next guy, William, and he's doing another line of cocaine. Okay, not all of it. Save some for the school children tomorrow. Side business, don't worry about it. But you know, we're not here to talk about whether or not I should have done this or the secret drug rate the comedy club is controlling. We're here because we had nothing better to do. It's true, you know. You all came here to get some laughs. I shall try not to disappoint, but if I do, we are living in a post-Game of Thrones Season 8 world, so we're used to that. But really, I'd like to start off talking about my childhood. As previously stated, I'm Daniel Sessions. Grew up in a small town in South Carolina called Fort Mill. If you haven't heard of it, wouldn't be surprised. In my early years, I went to this place called Pleasant Preschool. I'll give you a minute to cringe at that name. It is awful. I know it wasn't too bad. It was a normal place, did the normal stuff you see at preschools. Until one day, where out of nowhere they started offering this weird thing for kids to do later in the afternoons. You had the quote-unquote option to take clarinet lessons. Yes, I am not kidding you. That's real. Now, when I say option, what I really mean by that is we had the option to have our parents decide whether or not we took these lessons. I mean, we all know how this really goes. My mom's just sort of like, well, Danny, I want you to learn to play the clarinet because I never had the chance when I was your age. And me, the intellectual 5-year-old, was just like, why don't you take the class? But my genius was ahead of its time. Still is, in fact. So I took the lessons, was completely miserable, like everybody else in the class, except for this one kid, who for tonight I'm going to call Squidward. Figure out why. He was very eager to learn the clarinet. I hated him. We all hated him, for obvious reasons. I mean, we were convinced ourselves that this little shit was the reason we were doing this. He somehow brought this in. We don't know how, we didn't care. We just had someone to blame. But yeah, actually the person I was really mad at was my mom. But there was nothing I could really do about it. I mean, I was a meek 5-year-old and she was a towering 5'3" woman. I was powerless. That is until our teacher one day told us that we had to practice at home. Hello. Homework I could care about. That's rare. So I did just that. However, that did pose a problem in my household when I have one older sister, Laura, however, she's here tonight. She is 9 years older than I am. I was 5 and she was 14. Now, to this day, Laura suffers from resting bitch face. Back in those days, she had something else entirely that actually every 14-year-old has. It was just resting bitch mood. So imagine this. Me being there, making screeching sounds from the depths of hell, and her, a 14-year-old who's just having her first period. You can see where this is going. It started with her saying, if you do not stop, I will get a hammer. But I kept going. Then it started with her going to go get a hammer. Then for some reason I kept going. Then it started with her walking towards it with said hammer. At this point I stopped. And Mom did intervene to stop this. To this day, I have absolutely no idea if she was going to use said hammer on the clarinet or on the me. I figured it was best not to ask. Still do. But you know, well, really folks, question, do you know what is worse than toddlers that have no interest in a musical instrument or talent with a musical instrument, haven't learned how to play a musical instrument? Having a recital for those toddlers that don't have no interest in a musical instrument to play the musical instrument. I shit you not, we had an actual recital for this. The entire thing was so stupid, I hated it so much that I swore from that day that I would never perform in a recital hall again. Shut up. We had to go in our fancy clothes that we had no idea how to wear. I don't know how I was wearing mine wrong, but my mom was just like, that's all wrong, that belt's wrong, your pants are on the wrong way. The front's up here, how else could you wear pants? Whatever. But yeah, we got up there, we had to line up. We were all miserable, no one wanted to do it. You know, the whole way there, my mom was saying how proud she was. Actually, all of our parents were. They were just like, oh, my little angel's performing, I'm so proud. But thinking back to it, I don't think a single person, parent or teacher, brought anything to record said precious angel in their big helmets. Can you take a guess as to why? They knew it was going to be shit. Our teacher knew this was going to be shit. We knew this was going to be shit. Well, I say we, not Squidward. Who in that moment, that entire fucking night, was so convinced that it didn't matter that he was making noises that I swear the Geneva Convention would ban against terrorist interrogation. He was gonna walk home with 10 Grammys. He did it. Actually, I've not seen Squidward since. Squidward, if you're here tonight, leave. But yeah. Now, even back then, I was a pretty tall kid. So I got to line up in the back, which was fortunate for me, because that means during this entire recital, all I had to do was go. I didn't know how to play a clarinet. I'd just been taking lessons. I mean, I wasn't paying attention. Some things never change when it comes to classes. But yeah, I'm gonna be serious with all of you. I remember lining up with every kid there, but I cannot for the life of me remember one single second of that performance. I have buried those memories. I consider that still one of my greatest achievements. Not remember anything of that entire night. Well, I remember going back and sitting with my parents. Food was gonna be provided, I was happy about that. Free food. But here's the thing, when I got there, I was wondering where the food was. I was like, oh, we have to wait for all the other groups to perform. And if you're shocked for other groups, how do you think I felt? I just thought it was a simple thing. You come in here, you place the milk. Me again, I was going the entire damn thing. But you know, you place the notes, you go back, you pretend to like people, you get food, then you go and wash off the shame. They have to stretch this damn thing on and on and on. That entire time, I was just going through scenarios in my head of what would be preferable and how this could end. I just took one deep breath and said, good God, can the zombie apocalypse start now? I have no idea how I got to that point, but you know what? I stand by it. The lesson I want to leave all of you with tonight is if you ever have children, never force them to learn to play a musical instrument that they have zero interest in. Because all you're going to be doing is harming them, harming yourselves. If you want the little bastards out because you don't want to deal with them for a while, understandable. But you know, there are other options. In fact, the Comedy Club has some. Here to advertise that tonight to you all as well. It's a cooking program, multi-level course, where you learn how to make powdered products of sorts. Cooking, powder, and laughs. Thank you all.